Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finale of Devilman Crybaby. And I have no idea how this is gonna go down. Last episode was just depressing, honestly. Well, every episode nearing the finale has kind of been depressing.
Yeah.
It was interesting to note, though, that while it also depicted the cruel side of humanity, there was also that one scene where everybody just kind of changed the way that they thought about the demons, and they all lined up to hug Akira. And
Yeah,
so
I
I guess
saw Mickey Makimura's message where she
yeah. So they're also kind of trying to show that while people can be cruel, while they can literally make even a devil cry, they can change. That there is hope. It's just not enough. Like, literally, just one person can change everything. Like, when people are trying to change, one person can just fuck it up. Fucking Koda. God damn you, man. I hate you. Oh, maybe Koda gets a redemption arc in the last episode, but I don't think so. I don't think there's enough time.
It's just redeeming Koda.
Yeah, that's actually just... Koda was the main character all along. Who knew, right? There's a lot that I can't stop thinking about last episode, too, with just... I can't really think of a better word for it than just striking imagery. Because goddamn, I was thinking about it the entire day. Like, the one scene where they were just hoisting the body parts on the pikes and just dancing in front of a burning building. Like, yeah, obviously that's a regular scene that you would see in, like, Berserk, where, like, the demon army or something would be doing that. But no, this is humans this time. And the one watching in horror and crying at that scene was a freaking devil. Like, bruh, you're even more horrifying than a devil. Devils are even scared of humans, like, Jesus. It's just really telling, and just, I don't know what to say except just thought-provoking. Like, yeah, I believe we talked about this last episode as well. And honestly, like, the last few episodes, it's just been a constant theme of this show is just not like any others that I've ever seen before. It falls into the category of not that kind of show you come to watch when you're trying to wind down from work, but it's the kind of show that you watch when you want to see new perspectives on, I guess, life in general. And even Batman agrees with me. Well, thank you, Batman. It's certainly been an experience, is the only thing I can say. Whenever I recall watching Devilman, it's been a new and unique experience. I'm kind of scared to see what goes on in the finale here, but I'm also looking forward to it. I have no idea how I'm going to think about this show by the time we start discussing it, but hopefully I think of it in a positive manner, and my mind won't be completely destroyed for the discussion.
Man.
Well, whenever you watch Devilman, Batman really just wants to get in on it.
He was quiet until he started recording.
Yeah, like, it's probably his favorite anime, with good cause, to be honest. And that's it for me rambling. Do you have anything you want to add before we get into the episode, Serby?
Not before the episode.
Okay. Y'all know what to do. It's the final episode. Open up your own copy of it. Sync it up with a timer that will appear within Serby's hands at the end of my countdown. And, for the last time, enjoy Devilman. You'll never be able to watch this anime again without us, you know. I'm going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Now. Okay. Everything seems fine. Don't worry, guys, just technical issues. Well, I guess this answers my question that, yeah, we do get the OV in the last episode. It's not gonna randomly start playing during the final fight scene. But what is everyone reaching up to? Yeah, this didn't really happen. The moment when you were supposed to save Makimura, yeah. It turns out the Devilman isn't your typical anime. I think the show started to go downhill when we lost Eileen. If she had survived, I think the outcome would have been better.
Yeah.
Oh. What is this? The colors don't match Devilman at all. Sheep? Hello. Funny looking sheep. Oh, were you in Ireland?
It looks like Reykjavik, kind of.
Are we finally gonna get answers about what the fuck happened in Ryo's childhood? And what he even is? Capybaras and humans? Is that what it said? Oh. Well, now this is Devilman. Okay. What? Bitch. I mean, is he human? There we go. Here we go. Yeah. So that fucking thing in the OP wasn't Silene, it was him. Okay, yeah. Yep. I think those are called dinosaurs. Or what is this? Well, dinosaurs didn't have titties, that's for sure. Well, I'm glad we're finally getting answers in the final episode. So what you're saying is the thing that wiped out the dinosaurs was actually God and not a just random asteroid? I see. Oh. Wait a minute. No. Oh. Wow. You just came back into existence? Okay. Oh. And then he just drifted to where they are now? Yeah, it looks like it. That's where he met Akira. Yeah. In the very first episode. I don't think watching Devilman for these kids is very appropriate for their age. I wonder why. Wait, you were carrying her head this entire time?
Mm.
Oh. Wait, why does Ryo have boobs now?
He has boobs and a penis. He just less after show the other.
I don't think he deserves your tears. Yeah. I'm trying to beat the hell out of you. Oh no. Oh.
You're scarred by psychotic.
Ooh. I like how they framed that shot. Bruh. Literally just Doom Eternal. Is that Raycon earbuds?
No,
Oh
it's
no.
the earring that Wamo gave her.
Oh my god, it actually did end up on Akira's ear. Wow. That's a very roundabout way of going about it. Oh my god, it's Taco! Okay, so it's the Devilman Team Up. Oh my god, is that the coach?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does this mean that he's always been like a Devilman? Even since like the very beginning? Because he was...
Yeah, since...
Are they just saying the same thing in Russian? I see you guys are shooting at a whole lot of nothing. So we have the destruction of the world with bop-ass music. What is that? Is that a fucking kaiju? I forget what the kaiju
like a
that
Hydra.
was. Yeah, it's a Hydra. King Ghidorah or something. Also, if the subtitles have changed, we had to change the source because it just wasn't working out, guys. Okay. I'm not going to say anything about that. What? What is he? You just got your little fiend just hanging out. Oh. That's not good. Wait. Did I just see that correctly? At the back of Psycho...
Yeah.
No. I'm trying to take this seriously. Why? Oh.
Yeah, I see
He's
why she's called
infecting them
Psycho
with a...
Jenny.
He's infecting them with the power of gay. Oh no.
I was thinking it was more like psychedelics, but
Taste the power of the rainbow.
that could be a Skittles commercial.
Honestly, yeah. Wait. The last human beings already? Holy shit. How are we supposed to survive? Let's go. God damn you, Koda. There we go. I think that would be for a very boring finale. Yo, no! Oh, well. That was one hell of a shield. What? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, I mean, seeing Psycho Jenny, of course, she'd make you crazy. Holy shit! Do they have like spears that block her rays or something? Like, good riddance.
Satan's just so sparkly.
Is Kira sparkle power? One Punch Man. Oh, oh, God! Don't show me this. This is complete silence too. Oh, holy shit! Did we just split the entire Earth in half? What? We did. Okay. Oh. Well, gee, thanks, Rio. Capybaras.
Capybaras are so funny.
They are. Staring at the sun. Oh, it's the eclipse. Yeah, I'm back to this scene. Same thing that he said to Koda. Oh shit, Akira. What? Why did you end so abruptly? What? No, there's still a few minutes left. What? Ah, man. That episode felt incredibly short, like, despite the fucking technical difficulties, and us just having to change sources all the time. Like, still, I kind of felt just like 5 minutes. What? It's kind of ironic, isn't it? The one who didn't believe in love ends up falling in love. I guess it wasn't really wrong to say that, yeah. Akira's Ryo's boyfriend. It's literally it, right?
Yeah.
In a way, it's almost as if Ryo did all of this, like I said, in order to like manipulate Akira, to make it so that he was the only person who Akira could ever turn to anymore, because that was how he wanted to control Akira.
But they basically just did a parallel with the cat. Akira was trying really hard to save the cat, even though he knew it was pointless, but he cared about it.
Yeah. And now, this time, it's Ryo who's like trying to save the cat. Despite Ryo being the one who basically cut off Akira's body in half.
You actually, when it shoots the laser thing, you actually see him cut Akira in half.
Yeah. That was one epic battle, honestly. Like, damn. Okay. Now, what's the ending to our story here? Oh, 2 moons? Okay. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. What? Who the hell is Walla?
I'm gonna assume that means demon. I don't know.
Is it Dutch version? Everybody is Walla. Oh, okay. Well, I think in the end there, what they were trying to portray was that there was 2 moons because that's like the Earth that was cut in half, and then a new Earth was formed after, God kind of wiped out everything again and restarted. I'm just gonna go with that interpretation. Yeah, okay.
And they showed it throughout. Actually, they showed at the very beginning like in episode 1, the Earth ending, if you remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They actually
Okay.
show the Earth ending right there in the very beginning, just to kind of show that this is entirely meant to be cyclical. Ryu's gone and lived through this more than once. Which is goes to the point of the cat. He knew Akira was gonna die, but he never learns his lesson until it's too late.
That's fucking sad. No matter how many times you go through it, it's always too late. Okay, maybe a bit off topic, but how does this answer our questions about like the Sabbath party, the orgy party in the first episode? Then later where Ryo goes to it and people say that they've been living there for years. To me,
because it's cyclical. Is you're getting hints that Ryo's done all this before. Things aren't quite lining up in his memories.
Okay, so whenever there's an event that happens that doesn't really line up with what has been shown to us, it's because of Ryo's memory being kind of fucked up by how many cycles he's gone through of just this living and dying.
That's been my interpretation of it, anyway. Because we also see kind of things with Professor Fikura. Because you see him die in a flashback, but then he's still alive later.
So inconsistencies with memory has to do with the time traveling stuff.
It's funny because the show is framed around like it's Akira's story, but it's really Ryo's story.
Like Akira has been the main character that we've been following for the most of the time, but in the end, it's Ryo who gets like the character development of like a main character, realizing that what I did wasn't right, that I actually was crying. And it turns out that Akira wasn't the crybaby. All this time it was Ryo. Man.
Okay. You want to pull up the very first episode?
Yeah, sure. I thought there was Silene this whole time. Well, that looks familiar. Well, this all looks certainly very familiar. So this is just from Ryo's perspective then, how we saw the scene.
Yeah, this was the cycle before ending.
And I remember this. Love does not exist. Like, holy shit. Well,
there's the dead Earth.
I assumed that was the moon in the first episode. But I mean, in the very final scene, we see that there's 2 moons now. Okay. How many more moons to go? Yeah, we see them wiping out all the demons. Oh, I see. And then a new moon has formed.
It's a perfect cycle, and this is where we introduce Akira.
Oh my god. Final episode is literally just the same.
It's just recontextualizing the whole opening.
Yeah. Okay. And now we skip to... Yep. Oh, man.
I love when a show can bookend something as neatly as that. That makes me so happy.
It fulfills my OCDC. Oh, wait. OCDC? What? OCD. I was like, ACDC? Yeah. Akira comes here because it's kind of like the only place he has left that he can call home, I suppose. And obviously Ryo knows that he's going to come here because he's kind of put him in a situation where he has to come here. Ryo kind of explains everything because he now has all of his memories back. It seems like whenever Ryo sort of reincarnates in a way, he kind of has this period where he doesn't remember everything. So he kind of just goes about his life living as Ryo. Even though he might express some qualities of being an otherworldly being, he doesn't know this. And even as Ryo, he still had certain personality traits and whatever that would suggest that he was, Satan. But of course, out of context, you could just think of it as Ryo just being an edgy kid. He continues to try to convince Akira that no, he's not human. He is in fact a demon, just like him. But of course, Akira, being the good boy that he is not that. He refuses to become that.
Yeah, like throughout the fight that you see the other Devilmen sacrificing themselves to help fight.
Yeah. I guess +1 for me. Yeah, all the Devilmen will team up like the Power Rangers in order to defeat the evil that has come to destroy the world.
Because they're doing exactly what they're explained that the devils did to survive, right? Was they merged together to become more like monstrous creatures.
Yeah, because Ryo was explaining that was how the devils would survive. It turns out that ended up being the way that they would fight back. Well, fight against Ryo. Well, Satan at this point. I don't even know if you can call him Ryo anymore.
Yeah.
I also like how Ryo's like voice acting can kind of be heard as like being either male or female. I think that was also that was kind of what they were going for. It's actually so funny how it comes back to the fucking the coach in the first episode. Like, what the fuck? Did you just eat that fly? It turns out he's always been a devil man.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad that we finally got back to him, I suppose.
Like I said, this episode book ends just everything. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't think that they would be able to like tie up every loose end here in the last 20 minutes, but I guess they kind of did. There's a lot of things that didn't need like a whole episode of explaining, obviously. You could just show. There were a few distracting things like Psycho Jenny just falling from the sky with her ass out. Bro, I didn't need to see that. If you have fur covering...
She had boobs on her back.
She has... What?
Yeah.
I need to see this shit.
Yeah, like now I do want to see it again.
Where did the Hydra come from?
It's just one of the many demons.
Oh, you know. Oh, no, this is...
It's OST, though.
Yeah. Second OST is just a banger. Always has been. Oh my god, it is boobs on the back. I thought those ass cheeks. Why? How is this relevant?
The demons are weird. They all look weird.
My life is a fucking lie.
Psycho Jenny has just been a roller coaster for you.
She's probably been the most pivotal character in my character development cycle.
I like how it just rips Koda in half.
You know what? Fuck Koda. I'm glad he died.
Yeah.
Sad that Taco just gets sliced in half. He was doing his best. Of course, Taco's not the only one who perishes here. Literally everybody does. Just as how I thought it was going to end.
Ryo.
Only Ryo is left before, of course, the restart. Load new save. Humanity is trying desperately to fight back against the demons, but obviously there's just no way that they can beat Satan with like guns and tanks. Whatever weaponry that we have. When it comes to godlike beings, it's just no match. The only person who does kind of stand a chance is Akira, but even so, a bunch of other Devilmen have to sacrifice themselves in order to even have a equal fighting ground.
This shot of him trying so hard to pass the baton to Ryo, and Ryo just doesn't get it.
Yeah, like, they really wanted to sort of push this scene with how many times they repeat the baton passing. And then they always flash to this scene. It's just Akira being stunned, and Ryo's just like, What do you want me to do?
It really highlights just the symbolism that just Ryo just doesn't understand what he's missing, right? Until he's lost it. And Akira's trying so hard to open his eyes to it, but he just can't succeed in it.
I can't imagine being a freaking, like, a god and still, like, not understanding. Being unable to understand what's most precious to me until I've lost it. This is just something that humans do. This is a human trait. But Ryo's a god, basically, who can't even see this.
And I feel like this is where, like, a lot of the critics of the show like to say it's just nihilism. There's no point to it. It's just, like, tragedy for tragedy's sake. But I think there's a lot to, like, take from it and learn from it. It's not all just nihilism. There's things to learn from it and see in it.
Yeah, I would disagree with, like, tragedy for tragedy's sake. This clearly isn't it. Of course, everything that happened before wasn't merely for shock value. It was there in order to speak a message, in order to say something about humans, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
If you just look at it from, like, a story perspective, then yeah, okay, maybe it might be kind of sad, because obviously there is no, like, good solution to this problem. Ryo will always continue to go through this cycle, but it's what we can, how should I say this? What we can learn, I guess I'll just use simple words, yes. What we can learn from kind of Ryo's journey throughout his cycles. And that is what is important about this story and what the story is trying to portray and to say. Not everybody's going to get it, obviously. We've kind of been saying this ever since, like, the first episode. Even I was kind of, like, confused. Well, how do you start off with an orgy scene, right?
Well, we started with the world dying. We moved into the orgy scene.
Actually, placing the orgy scene in, like, the first episode was brilliant, because I completely forgot about the world dying in the first part. The only thing I can remember from the first episode was just introducing Ryo, Akira, then orgy.
Yeah.
The fight scene, of course, was really epic. It was just on fucking Dragon Ball Z levels of fantastical fighting.
It's just large and absurd and beautiful.
Yeah. This is the fucking final scene, Tenkutama Gurren Lagann. They're just fighting on, like, a planetary scales at this point.
Yeah.
And, like, at one point of the fight, they end up ripping the earth in half. Like, bro. And all the demons, of course, well, devil men. I'm sorry, I didn't want to call you demons. They sacrifice themselves in order to help Akira out. Just like how I thought it would. Yes, I'm going to keep repeating this because I obviously said that they would team up and fight like the Power Rangers. Of course, sadly they didn't win like the Power Rangers usually do. But I think that's fine. That's not what this story was about. This final, well, not final scene, but this scene is just...
Yeah, where you see Akira with all the people that mattered to him, and they're all gone.
And he's still trying to pass the baton.
To Xero, yeah.
Okay, and now to the final scene. Kinda just on like this floating rock in space. Just looking up at the stars. Well, actually specifically I believe they're looking at the moon. Because of something that Akira said. That there's a rabbit on the moon. As Ryo just reminisces about their childhood and what they've been through. While Akira's lying down here, and because of the camera angle, we don't really see that his body is just cut in half and he's dying painful death slowly here. And Ryo is just like, yeah, you know, rabbit on the moon, remember that?
Like the life leave his body, like every time I show him.
Yeah. If this was a typical like hero story, of course, Akira should have won. With like the last remnants of humanity surviving and them being able to rebuild the world free of demons. But yeah, this isn't that kind of story. This is a story where Satan wins, but Satan doesn't win.
No one wins.
It's just... it's terrible. It's sad. It's... even gods make the same mistakes that humans do. There's also this concept of love that they want to present, where I'm not quite sure what they want to go with it for, but like I'm thinking it's might be something akin to what they were going for in Vinland Saga, where of course you haven't seen it yet, but I'll just explain a bit, where they try to portray love as being your usual concept of love is, you know, loving a person, like caring
like the
about
romantic
them.
kind of,
Yeah, the romantic kind of love. But there they would say that that kind of love isn't love. It's simply discrimination. Because we're not feeling that same thing for everybody. We're specifically feeling it for only one person, and everybody else can just, fuck off, right? But what true love is within nature. It's within the snow. And even death, it can be considered a form of love, because when you die as a person, right, you'll be eaten by the animals, your body will decompose, and you won't, fight back against them. You'll willingly give your body back to nature in a way, and that can be seen as a form of love. So I suppose in general, what they were trying to go for there was that love is something that is handed out equally to everybody. It's a feeling that you have towards all things.
Throughout the entire series, like, we've seen just this example of, like, people caring for people, right?
Yeah.
And people, like, sacrificing themselves for other people, and just that kind of bond between caring and connection. You see it, like, as early on, like, when his mother, like, tried her best to, like, warn Akira to run away, and you see the shots of, like, the shoes that she gave him, like, the different ways that they connected and cared, even though the relationship was complicated because they were never around, right?
Yeah.
You have, like, him and the Makimuras, as they effectively adopted him, his relationship with Miki and her brother and her parents. Miki and Miki, obviously their connection with each other, and how she hated her but she still loved her. Like, it's this complicated, like, mix of emotions and feelings that connect people. Then you see it here. Ryo had it too. He couldn't understand it or realize it until it was too late.
Yeah, he just wouldn't take the baton. Dude. Like, everybody was trying to hand it to him. Akira was right here. Has always been with him. It turns out that Ryo was a dense anime protagonist this entire time. And the person who was most in tune with themselves was actually Akira. Good boy Akira, who knew that was strong enough to cry for others.
Our little crybaby. He's a good boy.
Well, I mean, since the world is restarting again, then of course we'll come back to life. Everything will go back through the same entire cycle, and everybody will have to suffer once again. This final scene where Ryo just finally realizes it all, and he's just all alone. Literally everybody else is dead. There's no coming back from that. So of course God pushes the reset button.
But he won't remember once they reset.
He was dead. Oh. It's actually kind of telling that how blind Ryo is. He doesn't even realize that Akira's dying right next to him. I guess that was the Devilman finale.
What do you rate the show, Xero?
There's this thing with, like, shows like this that present obviously kind of things in a controversial manner. Things that obviously change the way that people can think about themselves, about the world around them. It's obviously not that kind of anime that you watch for the laughs and giggles.
Hell yeah.
And it's these kind of shows where it's I can appreciate them for what they are, and yet it's also really hard to say that they're my favorite anime of all time that I would rewatch 100 times over.
Yeah.
So I'm going to objectively give it a score of a 9 out of 10, I would say. It's not a 10 out of 10 because, I don't think I would go back to rewatch all of it because it's just too depressing.
This is the first time I've rewatched it from start to finish.
Yeah.
I've watched, like, bits and pieces of it and, like, other people talking about it, but it's not one I just rewatch.
I mean, I definitely watch reactions to it just to see, like, how people thought about it and their perspectives on certain scenes. I think that would be very interesting to see, but I won't give it any lower score than that because of what it says to the viewer and the uniqueness of the show, not just from the animation style, but even from a directing and storytelling perspective. It's just, I believe it's a classic. It should be.
Oh yeah.
It's It's like one of those.
The original manga by Gonagai is 100% a classic, and this is about like a incredible adaptation of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Yuasa took liberties in adapting it, but it's ultimately Gonagai's story, and it's still incredible.
Yeah. Of course, they had to take some liberties in order to modernize it. But I feel like this is one of those like movies where if you go to film school, you kind of have to watch for like a class assignment.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is definitely one of those animes that just, if you want to like know about anime, then yeah, this is the one that you watch.
I think the reason that I give Devilman Crybaby a 10 versus a 9 is the way it bookends episode 1 and episode 10. It just the cinematography and the writing to like accomplish that just makes me so happy. Like, I live for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it does neatly tie a bow at the very end here, where it actually answers literally everything in the final episode, and it doesn't feel cluttered, you know?
Yeah.
Unlike how some shows can just like rush their ending, and you just know that it feels rushed, where here it doesn't.
When there's so many shows where it's like, I wish this had a few more episodes, or I wish this had a few less episodes. I think it's the perfect number to just kind of, it's not too much, but it's also not too little.
Yeah, definitely. 10 episodes might seem like too little for a regular anime, but for a show as heavy as this, I'm glad it was only 10 episodes and it was able to concisely tell its story within these 10 episodes.
Yeah.
It's not like having 10 episodes kind of hurt the show, because usually when the shows are short, it's really hard to get attached to characters and have empathy towards them and their situation. Here, I didn't really feel that at all. I felt kind of attached to pretty much everybody because of how relatable they were. And I guess that's pretty obvious, right? Because this is a show where they want to depict humans being humans, and us as humans. By the way, guys, we are human beings behind these virtual avatars. But yeah, of course, we can relate to them. It's a beautiful but tragic tale with, once again, I can't find another word for this, extremely thought-provoking and striking imagery that I will definitely remember for a long time to come.
That's it. I was saying yesterday that they're not. It was yesterday that we watched 9.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
But there's 3 scenes that have stuck with me, right? The last one that I was talking about was this one of Ryo talking to Akira's dead body.
Oh, man. It's just haunting. It's chilling.
It is. It's so good and so uncomfortable. All
it's so
at the same
tragic
time.
And sad. Like, I feel for Ryo, and I'm just like, well, Akira's fucking dying right now. There's just so many mixed emotions in all of these scenes. They're also like directed very beautifully, the camera angles and everything, in order to just show just enough for us to understand what they want us to feel during these scenes. Instant classic. Well, not instant classic, always has been classic. Man.
Well, thanks for watching with me, Xero.
You're welcome. I mean, it's the least I can do. I'm making you guys watch fucking Monogatari. That's got to take us years to finish. Actually, you know, I would probably put this in the same class as Nightway on the Galactic Railroad. In that type of like, place.
The way it kind of, the story and the way it kind of tells it.
Yeah, how
it's
they tell the story.
It's slow and hard to get through as Night at the Galactic Railroad.
This is true. I would put this above that, but I would put them in the same category in my mind of where I would place anime.
Yeah.
It would be it would be a show that I would recommend to anybody who's looking for shows that they should watch. Of course, it's not a blind recommendation, with of course the subject matter being a lot more difficult to digest than Nightmare on the Galactic Railroad was, even though it was equally probably as confusing as that.
I feel like Night on the Galactic Railroad, while it's still covering topics like death and like with some really like existential and complicated topics, it's done in a much more approachable manner. than something like Devilman.
I mean, obviously, it was actually done in a way that seemed fitting for like youths.
Yeah, it was meant to be
high
a
school
kid's.
to
It
watch.
was based on a kid's book, is what the movie is from.
Whereas Devilman, of course, doesn't really care about that. Of course, you're not supposed to be 18 and under before you watch this.
Please don't be. Yeah.
This is going to scar you for life, man. Jesus. And I mean, if you're 18 and under and you watch this, then you're just gonna end up like, what? Makimura's little brother. That's why he turned into a demon.
Oh.
Oh, god damn it. There are so many good characters that had to die for this conclusion. Oh, I mean, they're going to come back anyways, but still. They're just going to have to go through this cycle of suffering again. Do you think Ryo will ever learn his lesson?
Who knows? It's one of those things where it's like, we don't see how much has changed between each cycle. We know some things have, because his memories don't line up exactly.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Maybe eventually he'll get there. We can have hope.
But this is where the Devilman manga ends, I'm guessing. There's no epilogue to this.
I actually don't know that for sure. I haven't never read it.
Okay.
It's not very long, though. It's 5 volumes.
Oh, well, then yeah, this is probably where it ends then.
I would assume so. But if someone's read it and wants to, like, let us know, I'd be very curious. Maybe one day I'll read it.
Yes, same as well. Of course, I just have a ton of manga that I have to read in order to discuss with you. I really should finish Dorohedoro, goddamn.
Yes.
Okay, but I guess that about does it for this episode. If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
First, check out the other series on the channel. What else are we going to be doing after this? Actually, no, wait. With the ending of Devilman, are we... Yeah, we should be doing Spy Family next, right?
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
Yeah, we're going to be doing Spy Family, and the end of Punchline, we're going to be doing Sarazanmai, and oh god. If you guys are watching Monogatari...
My weird show, Xero.
Oh yeah, other weird shows that Serby has is Penguin Drum. We're going to be watching the Penguin Drum Recycle movie soon, I believe. Whenever we can
get our hands on the subs, yeah.
Yeah, but yes, apart from that, this is the end of Devilman. Once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next series. Later,
bye.